Okay, this is track 2, and we're basically taking this video from the Table Rock Ranch Road. And the beginning of track 2 on the left is right here, and the track 1 is off to the left of that, and that's the 10-acre tract. This is the 30-acre tract, 30-plus acre tract. And we're going along here. The creek, the headwaters to Carpenter Creek, are off to the left. It's not much of a creek up at the top, but it gets a lot nicer as you get down to the bottom. And if you follow it all the way down to the bottom, that's where Carpenter Creek actually leaves the property, and then it comes back onto the property on the far right side of this particular tract. So we're moving along here. You don't see much of a view right now, although if you had taken the trees down, you could actually see Table Rock and Pinnacle Mountain. Um, you will see in a short period of time here a little pathway down, and that goes to an old cabin that had been built a long time ago. And that's going to be right about here where that path is. If you go down to the cabin and you take a hard left, you can get back to another creek. And if you continue on here beyond this point, you'll start to see some of the mountains. And this view is actually available from a large amount of this tract if the trees weren't up or in the way. You will see Pinnacle Mountain off to the left, and you'll recognize Table Rock when it comes up. And there is a house across the way that is not part of this land. That's somebody else's land on a hill that's across the way. And there are many housing potential building sites here in this area that would have a great view. And then we'll go down a little bit further. There's also another area which would make some great places for a house. And we're continuing along the road. This is the shared road, Table Rock Ranch Road. And you will see if you go look down the hill that you can get to a flatter area. If you go all the way down to the hill and head off to the right, if you go all the way down to the hill and head off to the left, you'll run into another little creek, and we'll come up to basically some weeds here, etc. If you cut down through that path that we just passed and follow it, it will take you down to the lower section of this ravine that you see here. And although this is really steep right next to the road, when you go down about 150 feet, it actually is a very nice wooded area to walk through, and a very nice little place in that area. If you keep going on here beyond this ravine, you'll see the one tree that got knocked down in Helene. This is another one of those timber roads. And if you follow that all the way down to the bottom, it's a very level area. But what I want to point out here at this point is that there is another bunch of very nice building sites that would have a great view of Table Rock and Pinnacle, etc. So that's available to you as well for either a first or like a second house. If you, I'm trying to back up a little bit here so you can see that, but just follow that down, and either in the ATV or walk down there, you can see what kind of a view starts to open up. And if you continue on here, you will see another couple of paths. Down at the bottom of this If you go all the way to the bottom, there are some great places where you could keep some livestock, etc., because it does really flatten out considerably. And then we get to the end or the right side of this, and this is the end of the plat here coming up. You'll see some little orange flags. If you follow the orange flags all the way down, they're about 20 to 30 feet apart. You go all the way, you'll hit a creek, that is Carpenter Creek, and coming back onto the land. And to the right of the orange flags, you'll see the other plat, namely Tract 3. And to the left, you'll see the part of Carpenter Creek that is actually part of this particular tract, Tract 2. So that's basically it. Starts out on the creek on one side, Carpenter Creek, the headwaters, and over here on the right side, you're going to see the orange flags, and they go on down through there. There's a nice little spring. There's a nice mountain laurel, and there's several building sites.